Do you see the Socratic discourses are the rescue of truth to misunderstanding? You would have thought what all learning was about. It's the primacy of truth. Now we feel that God is God of truth. I mean, right down from the social interaction of honesty and integrity and so on. Right up to, what is rational, logical. That life is a consistency. That truth and life, the validity of truth, is in terms of life. That life is the primacy. Without life, well, we're not even here to consider the matter. It's irrelevant. Society doesn't exist. So it has to turn on this primacy of life. What are the values that constitute life and the continuation of such? These are foundational to our being. God is the essence, you see, of truth, life, being, creativity, self, I might point out, because self actually sees itself as a distinct identity to be preserved, as a primacy, or else it does not exist to be even thinking about what is primacy and what isn't. It's necessarily so. Well, so it seems. Now, this is a philosophical discourse, and it's by a child, Marshall. I mean, goodness, it's liable to error, and that was the wisdom of Socrates. Oh, gosh, how do I trim down this error to a minimum? In other words, how do I become mature? I'm come that you might have life. And Socrates and Plato is come with that purpose. And that's what's expressed, you see, of the ancient Persian influence on Greece and what it seeded there. That light, enlightenment, light, is God, is the primacy. You have to put it before all things. Life, light, truth, creativity. If nothing's created, then the whole thing is vacuous. Civilization doesn't exist. Not you, not me, nothing. It has to come back to this primacy of our God is creativity. And creativity is not just creating and letting it go, of course. We continue to nurture and care. We love. Love is foundational in creativity. In fact, hope is. Do you see, we're starting to see what our values are? And we go through the list. Oh, yes, it's hope and it's trust. It's peace, it's joy, it's, in other words, the incentives have to be there and so on. And the primacy, again, of course, of selfishness, the desire to preserve life, your life in particular, or the whole thing is of no interest to you because you do not exist. But for existing, it's self is not something you can just dismiss as something. Narrow self, yes. Enlarged self, oh yes, that embraces others and all life. Perhaps all creation, I don't know, but certainly all life. Well, I say certainly. You know what I mean, don't you? Now, when I say certainly. It's a bit like when people say, surely, and of course that immediately means, no, it's not certain. Far from being sure, he's suggesting it sort of could or should or might or hopefully is the case. Do you see? Okay, religion missed it. I mean, it got all institutionalized, structured, and rule-bound, and it died, of course. Once you've got rules that can't be broken, well, you can't change. And if you can't change, you can't create. If you can't create, you're not living. You're dead. This is what's a total misunderstanding with some of our supposedly more spiritual pursuits, that to sit in the dark with your eyes shut, not interacting, not thinking of other things, is death. Comes to all men too soon and for too long. It's the secular notion where there's no other world, of course. But you can see the truth of the matter, can't you? I'm come that you might have life, and have it more abundantly. What is life? It's the list: creativity, love, joy, hope, peace, etc., 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 etc. You know it all. Any man in the street can tell you what his true God is. It's just that he's not following him. Oh my goodness, why not? How can I rescue him from the delusions he's pursuing instead of what he knows in his heart and being is his true best interest? Which is what? Not a narrow self at all, a self that is in fellowship and joy and hope and love and creativity and life, communion with all life. That is his ideal. And it's what he's living is scarcely a shadow of such. A very narrow self indeed. That's because we're children. And that's why we're here. And our loving parent loves us for it. Our dad. Our mum, if you like. Divine Mother, I don't care what you call him. Provided you know the truth of the matter. But to hope that he is everything. And to think that he isn't is a disaster and the annihilation of all that lives. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.